Hello everyone, we are here today to talk a little bit about posing, having the confidence, what it takes for posing. As IFBB Bikini Pros ourselves, we kind of have a lot of tips for you today. I'm Michelle, this is my sister Christy, and I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna have my sister demonstrate how to actually do posing for bikini competitors.
And just to make sure you guys know, we are not ex-dancers, we're not ex-gymnasts necessarily. So we didn't have a lot of that experience when we started, so we had to practice a lot with just smoothness, because all you ex-dancers out there kind of get your feet work, but people we work with aren't always come with that background. So just because you don't have that background doesn't mean that you can't perfect it and get better. It just takes a lot of practice for anyone out there. So
something I want to show you is, so back before we got our pro cards, my sister kept beating me, and I was like, why does she keep beating me? And so I went up to a judge and I was like, well, why does my sister keep beating me? And he's like, oh, she's sassier than you. I was like, oh, game on. So I learned to bring out more of my sass, and I will tell you right now, when I was posing and doing this, I thought I was being super sassy.
Yes.
But clearly she was being sassier than I was. So anyway, we're here to show you that you cannot be too sassy. I mean, you have to really come out of your shell. You have to become someone that you're not. If you want to compare our personalities, we're both outgoing, but I'm a little bit more reserved and timid than what Christy is. So I really had to learn how to bring that out. So you almost have to become an actress on stage. You have to really come out of your shell. You can't be that person you normally are walking around on everyday life. So I'm going to have Christy show you her posing. The biggest tips that I need for you guys to walk away from this is how you become fluent and make it your own and pour the sass on in a good way. Okay?
Something I'm doing that I recommend to girls that I train, like if you're a girl that works out all the time like we do, and your hair is in either a hairband or a ponytail holder, like most of the time it is ours, pull your hair down, because when you start working out or when you start posing and your hair is down, it's a different feel. So I just worked with a girl yesterday and I said, your hair is up every time I meet with you on our virtual Skype. I said, you've got to start pulling that down, because when you start using your hair flips, I'm telling you, it can actually throw you off balance. So that's something that, you're getting into a different character. Obviously my hair, I did nothing to it, but just ripped it down. So I'm just going to kind of demonstrate kind of what we mean by like kind of getting into that different character, that you need to be more sassy if you're not normally that way.
One other tip, learn how the poses change from day to day, or from year to year. We work with hand in hand with judges that we personally know. They personally will call us, give us tips as to, okay, I saw your girls doing this or this, that judges are not liking that. So I will tell you, back in 2011 when Christy and I got our pro cards, it has changed completely. The posing changes every time you turn around. The suits change. So there's lots of extra stuff that goes into this. So if you're needing that extra tip and that extra help, we are here to help you, because we constantly keep up with the latest, greatest thing that's out there. So I'm gonna turn this camera around and let you watch my sister with some posing. Hold on, we have some issues with the stage. So we have our own stage here at Twin Fitness. So I'm gonna get low to the ground, because this is where a judge sees you. So she's gonna start on the side, and we're gonna do her presentation. So she's gonna walk out and present herself to the judges. See how her arms are moving, not too much, just enough. And she's doing it slow and controlled. It's no fast and jerky movements. Very nice. And you always want to do a signature wave. We use the back hand so that you don't use have a green armpit. So she's going to stand at the side of stage. I'm going to have her come in from this angle to show you. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to in particular are her feet. So posing starts at your feet. So don't look at the rest of her body, just pay attention to how her feet are working. Everyone's very different. See how she's very light on her toes? She's not pushing back into her heels. So when you move, you got to think, even though you're in heels, you got to think of being more on your toes. So you're on your toe, like a spiked calf is always very sexy. So things like that judges kind of pay attention to. So if you don't know how your feet are supposed to move, the rest of your body will not follow. So Christy, show them the wrong pose that we were kind of taught from one of our judges. Yes. So this is kind of the stuff that they're showing like not to do. So see the front stance that she has? You never want your belly button facing straight on. So right there is her belly button. So you want to turn and angle yourself.
Notice how I'm a lot curvier through here, ladies, when I'm standing like this. So notice my curves through here. If I stand straight on, look how much thicker I look. Does that make sense? So if I'm like this, and you see my curves, and you see this S-curve here and through here. So that's what the judges are really looking for, especially my side stance. If I go back to my front stance, I'm very thick, straight on. Anyone is. I don't care if you're show ready or not, ladies. If you're straight on, anyone is thicker. So when you're training to the side, you can really, really hike up that leg and make sure all that weight's in that back foot. Not your front foot pushing forwards, because if I did this, look how much thicker this is, and it makes my glutes look flat. This is not a good pose. Okay? Shift that weight back, ladies, and really, really hike up the, look at the difference there. Look at the difference.
Yeah, so that if you look at her there, look how thick her hip looks. When she does that, she just lost like 10 pounds off of that hip, and she did nothing but step. So you got to remember, just because someone is posing or you see someone else that might pose like that looks great, you have to do what's best for you and your body. So if you need help learning what's best for you and your body, you got to contact us. We do online posing. We do a lot of online posing.
We do a lot of virtual posing.
Yes.
I can do different apps that we use on our virtual posing. I just worked with 2 girls. One's out of Arizona, one's out of a small town in Kansas. So we can help you no matter where you're at. I just picked up a girl from Canada. So as long as you have internet or access, we can help you, and you have a phone, which everyone does this day and age. So remember, just because someone poses a different way, or if you're watching YouTube and you see pros posing different ways, pros can get away from anything, guys. That's why they're pros. Amateurs can't get away with anything, and not every pose looks good on that person. So really, really work on. So if I back up here, work on your stance. So when you're here, side stage, you should be dainty and girly. Think girly. See my toe here? It's not straight down. This is more figure. We're talking about bikini here. My foot is almost bent and my knee is in as well. When I walk, I'm walking very slow and very hippie, if you will. Okay? If I stand over here, same thing. Again, if I'm walking, watching the judges, if I want to turn and pose, my hands are down or one's hands up, depending on what my physique looks like. I'm going to bring it together, arm placement. You can turn, cup your hip. If you're going to do this pose, make it work. Okay? Back pose. Do not move. Do not flip. Do not twist. That causes creases in your glutes. Not good. Stand there. You can do this. Bring it together. You can keep your glutes high all the time. You're going to step, pivot, turn, and then back to the front. Again, this pose is a more, this year for sure,
flattering.
Is more, we're belly button side stage. If you're facing straight on, you look boxy here. Even I look boxy. Look at me to the side, look way better. Okay? So just make sure that posing is key to all of this.
Yeah, you guys work hard for 6 months, 8 months, however long you're doing training for shows. If you don't perform and show what you've got, then you will never know what, your judges will never know really what you have, your assets. So to recap, and I want you all to know that when it comes to posing practices, you have to practice all the time.
A lot.
It doesn't come natural for anyone. This is not normal movement. This is not something you walk around everyday life. But you have to learn how to walk in heels. So I would recommend if you're doing a show, put your heels on.
I hadn't had these on for a while, and I had to practice a couple times before she started filming me, because I'm like, wait a minute, let's make sure I can walk in these.
It's kind of like riding a bike. You really never really lose it once you got it. But even as pros, when we get ready to prep for shows, we practice 15 minutes a day. It is nothing that comes natural. You have to condition your body to move in that way, because as Christy was posing, you probably saw like the arch in her back. Her back probably hurts right now. So you have to, in order to hold that pose, as long as you have to hold it, you really have to make sure that you're doing it on a daily basis, consistently posing with someone. And again, you have to have the pose that's flattering to you. There's little tips that you can always make that most people will look good in, but it depends on your physique and how you hold your weight and how your feet are distributed. So make sure you know how you are looking flattering and what's best for you.
If you have any tips or if you need any tips from us, you can always message us at twinfitness.com. Go to our website, or you can always message us on Facebook as well. So we're available to you guys. We're here to help you guys. We understand show training is very overwhelming. We've been at this for 20 plus years now. So we're here for you to answer any questions. So let us know how we can help you. Okay. Till next time. Bye. Happy training.